Come into Bonefish Grill for a perfectly chilled routine breaker and one of our all-new peak of season selections. For a limited time, enjoy a fresh take on a Gulf classic with our oak-grilled Creole-style redfish finished with crawfish in an irresistible sauce. Or try a taste of the tropics with our pineapple glazed shrimp served over a creamy and indulgent coconut risotto. For a perfect getaway that's never far away, head to Bonefish Grill tonight.
Blog Talk Radio.
Caution, the tea is hot. Blow it off first, okay? Dishing tea with Big Meach.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish the tea. And you're dishing darlings with Big Meach.
Can't wait. Time to dish tea with Big Meach. Time to dish tea with Big Meach. Time to dish tea with Big Meach. Time to dish tea with Big Meach.
Darling.
Yes, baby. Now, just because you're crazy and you think you're mighty wise, you told me that you love me, you almost think round. When I saw you last week, your eyes were turning black. Don't take that girl who beat you up, her to take you back. Your roses bloodshot eyes need. I tell you've been out on the street. Those bloodshot eyes need. I used to spend my money to make you look good. I wanted to be proud of you and when you walk down the street. Don't ask me to dress you and establish or still blue. I look like two cherries in a glass of powder milk. Oh, those bloodshot eyes need. I can tell you've been out on the street. It's like you've been those bloodshot eyes need.
I do give me one more chance.
No. So I got a little romance and finally simmered down. You should join the circus while you make a real good clown. Your eyes look like a romance. I'm scared to smell your breath. You better shut your teeth up before you sleep to death. Oh, those bloodshot eyes in me. I know you've been out on the street, you know it, baby.
Hello, and welcome. It's another glorious Wednesday, my tea sippers, honey. I know you have all your crumpets because you know what time it is, honey. It is time to dish tea. You're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meach. Hey, babies. Whew. Darling, we've had a very interesting last 7 days, since we last met. And I want to take a little moment because I've not heard any of the updates. However, I want to express my deepest concerns for the Brown family and the Houston family as they are facing such a tragedy right now with making the decisions on Bobby Christina's health and all of this horribleness that she's going through. And as the picture continues to unfold, we're finding more and more that this could be possibly foul play that may have been involved. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation going around, and I'm not going to get into any of that right now on the air and carrying on. It is that my praise report is going to be that whatever happens, that this will strengthen this family or these two families, and that we look to the higher places to draw strength and encouragement and wisdom, and over time the peace to accept what is happening. Okay? If she is to come out of this coma, it is my praise report that everything about her life functions because it is to bring these two families together and that she can stand tall. If she is to go home and to be with her mom, then I pray that whatever disdainment that she was facing since her mom's passing, that she is finally put to rest with it, and that it lies there with her, and that everybody not only rally around Sissy Houston, her grandmother, but they also take time to rally around her father, Bobby Brown. And he's been, the public has not been treating him kind. However, that is her father, and that's his baby. So whatever the outcome is, it is just here at Dishing Tea with Big Meach, we just want the absolute best to come from this, and however Spirit decides to reign forth, we know that it will be in the best overall. And I know that sounds real that way, but everything in time will be revealed as to why this had to happen. If we don't understand it, we don't get it, we're mad, we're angry, we're frustrated, and all of those other things. But it is my praise report that over time that the knowledge of why this had to happen at this particular part of the journey will be revealed. So having said all that, I have a special connection with Bobby Chris because she and I have the same birthday, and that just fills my heart because our birthday is coming up. So with that, so you guys just be not more than prayerful, because we've all been praying. Let's just go into praise mode and praise this thing through. However God sees fit is what's going to happen. And if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in, the higher self, the whatever you believe in, that's good and that's going to bring forth peace and harmony, let's concentrate our energies there and not bad mouth and flat mouth and all that other ugliness that has already been going on. Let's curtail that. So having said that, let's move on. So, like I said, it's been a wonderful, wonderful, interesting last 7 days. We are still in Black History Month. We have put some new Black History information up on Dishing Tea with Big Meach. Go to www.dishingtea.com, and you can see some of the tidbits that we put up there for your entertainment and for your education. I'm going to shout out this name because you've been hearing it quite frequently. However, as a person of the LGBT culture and of an American of African descent, honey, the civil rights movement as we know it would not have been possible if it had not been for this one young man and his group, and that's Bayard Rustin, who was an American of African descent, gay man who orchestrated and designed and was the one to put together the March on Washington and was basically the conduit and all of that for the civil rights movement. So oftentimes there's been a big argument about, whether or not the civil rights movement and the gay rights movement or whatever is one and the same, or it's not, and it's different, it's this, that, and the other. Well, my darlings, the human rights, the civil rights movement was orchestrated and designed by a black gay man. So get it. Okay. Having said all that, Bayard Rustin, I call your name as one of our ancestors, and I welcome you into this space today. Okay? So, that's kind of, I know today's show starting off kind of heavy, huh? Well, that's kind of cute. Okay, because we heavy hitting here. All right, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or want to come in on the show, the number to call is 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Press the number 1, just press it one time. You will hear the prompt say, you're in the host queue. When you hear that, that means that I do see you. I will get to you at the appropriate time, and we will make some things happen, okay? Now, for those of you who sit up there and don't know what the appropriate time means, that means whenever I get ready to click on the line, okay? Give me a moment so that I can get through some of the information and stuff and we can make that happen, okay? If you start blinking or if you put your hand up and I'm seeing that you're going through all kinds of changes because you're hitting the number 1 more than one time or whatever, when I come to you, if you say nothing, I will hang you up. I'm going to take you off the line completely. Okay? Because I'm going to let you know, yes, I got you and I see you and I'm coming to you because apparently you're trying to get my attention. And when I come to you, you don't say nothing, that means you're coming out of the big. And that means I got to come out of the bigger one. Okay? So, the tea room is open, so if anyone's over there listening live by computer, you want to come in at the tea room, you're more than welcome to do so. Please know that you're going to have to create a profile page for in order to converse with everyone there. Otherwise, you're just be listed as guest and a number. Okay, you can see everything, but you won't be able to interact. All right, so yeah, the tea room is open, and let me say this. When you're coming over here to dish your tea, honey, please dish your tea responsibly. You know, it's one thing, you know, we're in this whole thing, we're reading everything, we're texting with 140 characters and this, that, and the other, and oftentimes, because you can't hear how I'm saying the words, you may think someone's trying to neck roll you, finger pop you, or whatever, come out of a bag, and that may not be true. Okay, so when you come over, just dish your tea responsibly. Please remember, it's okay to disagree. Just don't be disagreeable, okay? Because if I come in and find that you are cutting up, I'm going to cut you out. Yes, I am, okay? I have folks over here in the studio, honey. It tickles me to know that they know the show so well. Okay, how about that? Okay. And let me go here. I have to put my disclaimer here, although I think I'm going to be kind of cool because who my guest is. But Dishing Tea with Big Meach is for mature audiences, and the language and or subject matter that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not mature and or responsible enough to handle the subject and or the situations at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. I will repeat, Dishing Tea with Big Meach is for mature audiences, and the language and the subject matters that you hear on this program are not intended for children or anyone who is not mature and or responsible enough to handle the situation and or subject matters at hand. So your listening discretion is advised. Y'all know the drill, honey. I make no excuses for being a potty mouth, honey. I will be 45 in T-minus 2 weeks, child. Okay? And I have earned the right to every 3, 4, 5, 15, 52, 155 letter word and or similar word that comes out of my mouth. So, honey, I don't know what kind of bag I'm coming out of. Just know that I'm coming out of one. How about that? Someone's trying to Skype. Ain't that nothing? No, honey, you don't Skype during the program. Look at that. Okay. And it was a personal call, not a business call. How about that one? That's what you heard in the background. That was Skype. Have mercy. So having said all of that, my darlings, today, wait, before we go into what today's show is, no, I'm going to do this and then make a special announcement. Because today's show, I said, oh, that fly guy is so jazzy. Okay? The return of Mr. Antonio Fargas. Okay? We're about to have a real good time, honey. For those of you who was here the last time he was with us. We got a deep look inside of who Mr. Fargas is and understanding his characters over the years. You know, we knew him as the original Huggy Bear, and then when they redid Starsky and Hutch, you know, he blessed and passed the torch over to Snoop Dogg for the role. And, you know, for those of you who may not be as sophisticated as I, okay, and go back as far as I'm going to get you Sucka, honey. You know, you knew him as Fly Guy, honey, with the child that came out the pimp with the big old yellow hat and the goldfish in the shoes and things and all of that. Yes, honey, we're going to have a real good time with him again today because he's embarking on something new for us to enjoy, honey. So we're going to get into that in just a few moments. So before we bring him in, let me make my special announcement here that I'm going to take a commercial break so that the sponsors can sit down there and make sure that I'm able to do what I do. No time for the pain, honey. Family ties are shattered and destroyed when fraternal twins Danielle and Eric confront one another on the issues of betrayal, infidelity, and HIV. What would you do if you found out that your fiancé of 7 years was having a love affair with your twin brother for 5 of those 7 years? Your twin brother finds out he's HIV positive. You find out that you're pregnant and HIV positive. Ooh. Yes, honey, no time for the pain is coming to the ATL, but we need your help to get it there. We are embarking on our wonderful fundraiser campaign where you can come up and help celebrate who we are, honey, with having T-shirts, coffee mugs, and artwork at your disposal. Our lovely old logo, honey, is going to be featured one-sided on the shirt or double-sided. For your choosing. T-shirts are ranging in sizes from small to 4X. All merchandise are $20 each for single-sided shirts. Double-sided shirts are going to be $30. We have 11 by 17 art prints and also 6 by 8 ceramic plaques. And also we have our lovely old 20-ounce coffee/tea mugs that are going to bear the logo of the play. So for more information, you're going to go right to our website at dishingtea.com for more information on how you can obtain a part of a part of the merchandise. And also, we will be having our raffle coming up. We got our 50-50 raffle. For those of you who remember last year we had the raffle, we did it live on the air. $1, honey, can win you half the pot. Okay, we got 1,000 tickets to sell, so half of 1,000 is 500, provided that we sell all the tickets. So our raffle is going to be that Wednesday before Mother's Day, honey. So yes, that was May 6th, I believe it is, that we'll be pulling the tickets. So you have the opportunity to win up to $500 or more. Whatever the party is, you're going to win half of it, okay? And we will have virtual tickets. So for those of you who may be in Timbuktu and want to sit down there to make it happen, we will have information on how you can purchase tickets, and we will have you in the pot as well. So all tickets are going to be $1 each. And for more information, please go to dishingtea.com or email me, Big Meach at dishingtea.com. That's BIGMEACH at dishingtea.com. All right. So having said that, let me take a commercial break and get some more of my sponsors in, and then when we come back, honey, we are going to get into the stylings of a dude, honey, who has Pam was the queen and Antonio was the king of the 70s blaxploitation era. And through his artistry, he was able to let us know that it was cool to be who he was. Child, we're going to get all off into this. Okay, when we come back, Mr. Antonio Fargas will be with us. So stay right where you are, and I'll be back in just a few moments.
An educator, an entrepreneur, a poet, an artist. Sharon Williams Dean is Art by Sold, creating beautifully exquisite artwork for your home, business, gifts, or any special occasion. For more information, contact Art by Sold at 313-740-4644. 4904 or visit the gallery at www.artbysode.com. That's www.artbysode.com. Double Exposure Media Relations is a full-service public relations, marketing, and artist development firm specializing in urban culture and lifestyle. Spearheaded by the Henry Higgins of hip-hop, Mr. Angelo Ellaby, Double Exposure serves to educate its clients about the dollars and cents of the music industry. For more information about Double Exposure Media Relations, call 201-224-6510. 201-224-6510. Double Exposure Media Relations. If you are looking for irresistible, breathtaking art, you've come to the right place. At Sherwood Forest Art, we carry a large selection of paintings, masks, figurines, and sculptures of both modern, abstract, and representational styles. To see all of our art treasures, visit our showroom today at 19500 Livernois Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. For more information, call 313-340-0411. Sherwood Forest Art, where art talks to us in a language of its own. Maggie Lee's Community Center offers a unique array of programs designed to improve the lifestyle and well-being of the community. Located at 7700 Puritan Avenue in Detroit, Maggie Lee's Community Center specializes in child care and latchkey services, as well as senior citizen activities and block club functions. For more information about Maggie Lee's Community Center, call 313-737-9042. Maggie Lee's Community Center, giving the people a chance to show how much they have to contribute.
And told me that you love me like you never meant to say. Then I saw you sitting with that friend. And where he had his hand is not a place where I it was easy for a woman like so now I'm gonna show you how a man is ready to
Hold on. Now, see, you know what? iTunes gonna make me slap them. They didn't do that right. We are back. I'm sorry for that interruption like that, but I just downloaded this and iTunes didn't give me the whole song. So, and I'm sitting up here finger snapping. I'm in my zone and things, and iTunes did that. So we got to talk to iTunes. However, What you were hearing, honey, was the musical stylings of our guest, child. Now, like I said, you knew him or know him as the well-dressed, no-nonsense female financial advisor, the fly guy from I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka. And if you are as old school as I am, you will remember him as the original Huggy Bear from Starsky and Hutch. And if you're a fan of Dishing Tea with Big Meach, you know that he's been here previously. And we are delighted to have him come back and dish tea on his new project. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Mr. Antonio Fargas. He's back to introduce us his latest musical project that has taken us by storm, honey. We're going to take our time to get to know this side of the fly guy and seeing what made, and it may surprise a little bit of, if not all of you, okay? And we're going to get a complete understanding of the new Jump Blues. So I know you got all of your compass together, so without any further ado, this is the one and only Mr. Antonio Fargas. Hello there. How are you?
Big Meach, I'm enjoying the ado. You know, without any more further ado, you can do more do because I've been enjoying just listening in and sitting in and listening to your show. And I just want to give you praises because of the marvelous job that you do, and the character, and the teaching, and keeping your house in order, and keeping things real in Big Meach's Tea House. I'm just an honored, extremely honored guest to be with you again, and to be talking about something near and dear to my heart, the new Jump Blues. And the character that I play in the New Jump Blues is called Daddy Fargas. Because I've evolved in that. And like Fly Guy will tell you, pimping ain't easy. But this, what I'm doing is a sure joy in the New Jump Blues. And also, there was a character that you didn't mention because, first of all, if I was able to do another movie, I would love to play Big Meach because when I did the character of Lindy in Car Wash, and I said I'm more man than you'll ever be and more woman than you'll ever get.
Woman you ever have, baby. I live for that.
It was a sheer joy to represent, the people, that I hold near and dear, the people who take chances, the people who are, on the cutting edge. And certainly I love your pre-eulogy and your call for calm and light and trust in God and your words on Christina Brown and the Brown family and for Whitney. We need more vision like that, and it takes someone who's on the cutting edge to be able to cut that mustard, to be able to part those seas and to bring light to where people want to bring all this other stuff too. So it's just and the New Jump Blues for me is a release and a celebration of a musical style of being and passing my strength, hope, and experience on to a couple of young singers who really carry the load in the New Jump Blues. I'm just a facilitator, just like you are on that show, Big Meach. I facilitate these young people in a musical style and carrying them on my shoulders and teaching them to make their shoulders strong, and by having a sense of history about who got them there. And Louis Jordan and Ike Turner and Louis Prima and even Louis Armstrong, all these strong characters that were, and Jelly Roll Morton and the people who blazed the trail, the blues artists who blazed the trail, and for the music artists that stand on their shoulders today, to be a part of that and to represent that style and relationship stuff. I mean, you heard the songs that they're talking about, talk about I lost my baby, I did my baby wrong, all those things that rhythm and blues used to have. And so pop music came in and took it to another place. And that's what was so strong about the blues. It told a story, which is why I like country western music, because they're still talking about I lost my baby, I found my baby, and there's a earthiness and there's a soul soul to that. I was almost embarrassed on the Emmys when they had the Rhythm and Blues Award, and all they could come up with was what they had. Not saying there's nothing wrong with those people standing on the shoulders, but that's not what Rhythm and Blues was about.
Okay.
Should really be changed to something else because it's not Rhythm and Blues. And so anyway,
right.
On my
thing,
but
it's rhythm and rapping, honey.
Right. So and it's it's a whole nother thing. But just to when we go back, and which is I love the fact that they're praising Stevie Wonder this month, and for Black History Month, and also in the Grammys, and looking at those trailblazers who are no longer with us, and
yes.
Whitney's going to be one of those people whose shoulders, who was one of the last, one of the last real divas.
Right.
You have people out there trying to get there. I mean, I love President Obama, but he really should have had, the real deal singing At Last, and not, not Miss, who doesn't have the weight yet, but she's getting there. But that's just my ramblings on what I see, and because I've been in this game for 54 years, and I've been 8 years on the planet. I started in this game when I was 14, and I've been acting for 54 years, and this thing will be 55, when I'll come into my 69th birthday. So, I know what I'm talking about, and I'm just a young pioneer in the game, and now, watching the game go by, and also sharing what I've got, and being able to realize one of my dreams was to sing and to be a part of a group, because music has always been a part of my life. It's part of every character that I played has a musical theme to it. We call it musical. But to find it and to put together this group, the New Jump Blues, and to have the pleasure of this past June being asked to play at the Playboy Jazz Festival in Los Angeles on that stage in a mecca of music like the Hollywood Bowl. Was the tremendous honor, and to have a CD that's on iTunes that you can go and download or purchase or whatever it is you need to do. Because I get lost on YouTube sometimes, just going through all the musical acts. I mean, I could just stay there forever, and to know that I'm a part of that, not only through my history in the film and television, but now also a musical contribution, to put on the plate, and the buffet that people can dine on for the rest of the time.
All right, now you better say that.
This industry
you better say that they can dine on it, huh?
Serve our legacy to the electronic media. I'm definitely full this afternoon, and again, I realize how historic some of these things are. You have an historical place in history, my friend, and I just love to support what you're doing and what you are going to inspire others to do.
Well, I thank you for that. And, that's a beautiful segue into what I'm about to do, because I told you I have a surprise for you. And let me see, do you remember doing this particular project right here?
You got it going on, brother. You got it going on. That's what that. Oh, that's why I'm here. Okay, next year. You just get the party jumping and pumping. I'm just here to sex you. Yeah. You got it going on, brother. You got it going on. You got it going on.
I know why I'm here. Smarty. It's a smarty thing. It's right in there. It's in the pocket, baby. Yeah. Let's take it real low, baby. Let's take it real low. I know why I'm here. Smarty thing. Smarty thing. Where's the butt? Where's the butt? Back it on up. Shake that jelly, baby. Where's the butt? Where's the butt? Shake that jelly, baby. Jelly, baby.
Hey, that's funny. You know, wow. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking, man, that's kind of long. I hope they like it. You know what I mean? But you know what? If I was on the dance floor messing around, it would have been too short.
Exactly.
Exactly. But I'm so proud of you.
You're just out there doing it.
I'm not here taking chances. That's how I started in the game. I was just a hungry actor who found something that and found a family of people who felt different like I felt, and I always, I didn't feel like I fit in the regular world. But when I found the world of entertainment with all of the different characters and the people that make up the people who take chances, which is why I like to play the characters that I played in film, because they were the chance takers. They were the ones who had the survival instincts to survive in the world. Lindy had to survive in a hostile world in Car Wash. Fly Guy had to survive in a hostile world to be himself. And certainly Huggy Bear was the same thing. And so I love playing the off. I'm not that interested in playing the lawyers and all that, even though that's a character for me too. But I'm just interested in those people that that other people were not interested in playing. I mean, I think we talked about I was included in a film called The Celluloid Closet about actors who had the courage to take on gay roles, transgender, all that other stuff back when it wasn't popular. Now everybody's trying to do it, and trying to say what great actors they are by being able to take those chances that. Back in the day, it was risky to take those kind of chances. You had to have who you are. At the same time as being total respect for those characters that I portrayed, and not trying to do them an injustice by saying it's not really me. I'm just acting this way. I wanted to believe down in my soul that I was someone who got hurt, who was. Whatever the reasons why I made the choices I made as that character were for real, not just because I'm getting a paycheck and somebody wants me to, to swish around or do something or or act like, the cliche of what cliche of how what they think of, and to me it's a contempt, and it's not really real in paying respect to. To the pain and the suffering and whatever it is, or the quest to be who you are, means something. Anyway,
exactly.
Go on and on.
Exactly. That was one of the things that I respected about your artistry. And, we talked about this before, about how I was able to always relate. I was a kid during the 70s, So for you and Pam, honey, to have come onto the scene and y'all did what y'all did, you know, you be a doodlebug with Cleopatra Jones and carried on and all of that. You know, that there it really spoke to absolutely, they were real people. You know, I could walk down the street when I was a kid and actually know someone who was absolutely that particular character. So
that's right. That's what I tried to pay attention to. I wanted to be someone that you would know in your neighborhood, and that's why I drew my strength from the real deal, from the real people. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel you.
So you know, here we go. We're here now at this particular day and age, and you know, the kids got together and when they did Original Gangster, that was Pam and Jim and wasn't Mr. Roundtree in there? Who else? You know, all the OGs, honey, from back in the day. I was kind of sorry that you were not in that picture because it would have been cool to have. They were the old, you know, kick-ass, you know, save the community.
Hey, listen, I was conspicuously missed, and even in the remake of Starsky and Hutch. You know, they had the two guys in there, but it's a political thing. It's all kinds of reasons why stuff like that doesn't happen. But to be missed. When people say, where is this person, that means you've made an impression, and I'm in the film whether I'm in it or not. But I subsequently talked to Fred Williamson, who was the producer of that movie, and he has plans for another sort of a sequel to that, and we are indeed talking about, I definitely have a role in it, and I will be there. But that's just very kind of you to say that. But I also, you know, I always take the high road. I always try to look for why, you know, try to understand, just like you were talking about in the beginning, why people die, why people, we have to understand what God's plan is. And sometimes it comes later, you know, to understand, you know, the sacrifice of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and John F. Kennedy and what that all means. But they've given us so much, and so the little bit that I have no complaints about the journey that God has took me on in my career, because here I am still talking to you 30-something years later, and I realize that I'm only supposed to get what I'm supposed to get. God decides what I get, and I am very much cool with that I was not in the Original Gangsters, or I wasn't in Roots, and I wasn't in a couple other things. Everybody can't be in it, you know. I mean, it's when I realized that getting a series is like hitting the lottery, and God chooses those lottery winners, and I have no problem with His choices, and I accept. You know, acceptance is a big part of my survival today. You know, my peaceful serenity survival today. So I'm good. I'm all good.
See, just before we came on the air, I was telling folks who are here in the studio with me, I would love to see you and Pam back together again doing something. You know, I would love to see that, because, you know, to see to where you guys were and, you know, being kids and new in the business and making a name for yourselves, and now that you're seasoned and you know, you've grown, and I would love to see. Oh my God, you talking? I mean, it's the same.
That opportunity. We'd be doing something different, but it's just, you know, the pleasure it would give me to be able to work with Pam Grier, and I know the same thing for her. We just fooled around a little bit on an episode of Martin, you know, where we both were in it, and then we also fooled around a little bit in the Snoop Dogg Doggy Dog World video, where he paid homage to us. Also, I want to take my hat off to the Snoop Doggs and to the Chris Rocks and to Will Smiths and who gave me jobs in their shows because they realize whose shoulders they stand on, you know.
Wow.
And I've been able to cross paths with Snoop, you know, not only him playing Huggy Bear, but also he did The Wash, the car wash movie.
Yes.
So we are, we are linked. We are linked, and he has great respect for me, and I certainly have a great respect for him, and also for Will, and for Chris Rock. He gave me a job, and I'm in Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
Had a wonderful time, spending a little bit of time with him on the set, as well as being a part of that show, and then I also did Will Smith's show, and when he was on TV, and of course Martin as well, and it's just been that way. It's about relationships. It's about people being understanding, and we may not always be able to reach our hand back, and and sometimes we put too much demands on people who've made it to say, why don't they reach back and do this? Why don't they do this, and why don't they do that? They're doing the best they can. And, so I can appreciate, and I wouldn't want to be in anybody's shoes but Antonio Fargas' shoes today.
How about that one?
And,
okay. How about that one?
Any kind of shoes, platform shoes, I don't care.
Let's go here, because now that we're embarking on the new Jump Blues, how did that project come together for you? And with these phenomenal singers, this girl Ariel sings her face here.
And Ariel Watkins is a phenomenal singer. There's so many singers who are toiling out there who don't get the recognition that that they possibly deserve, because sometimes the best singers are not the ones that are with the recording contract. Sometimes there's people in church singing.
Exactly.
He used to sing on the corners, in the neighborhoods, and there was so much talent that poured into Motown out of the hood. That
exactly.
It could have been duplicated in any urban city, many urban cities across the north and even in the south. And they were in the churches. Little Richard was in the church. Al Green was in the church. People came from. Aretha Franklin was in the church. All of that. So we had to express ourselves. And for me, growing up around music, just being there, from gospel music to R&B to jazz, all of that. And so now to be able to find two singers, my partner and I said, hey, you know what? Let's try to find a musical expression that resonates, that plays to my strength, my acting strengths, not my singing strength, because I'm not a great singer. I'm not no lyrical, I'm not one of these, I'm not a virtuoso kind of singer. I'm more of a poet, more of an acting, sing with music. And so the songs that we choose tell stories. And those two young people, Adrian Battle, he has keep on churning till the butter comes is one of the tunes on there. If you get the album, I'm going to see if you don't have one, I'm going to get you one, or if you don't download that or whatever. But that, just the variety of songs that we have on there are fun. They tell stories, and they emphasize the talents of those who do the leads. And I have so much fun doing that one. You showed me something when you turned up at my front door. It's just, and then there's a ballad that she does where we sing, and I play the character that she's singing about while on stage. So it's a theatrical show, which makes it more special for me and makes it really live entertainment. We capture it on the CD, and also you can check out thenewjumpblues.com. thenewjumpblues.com, and I think we're also on Amazon, but you can also see the videos on at the website and also on YouTube to see what we're doing.
Cool. This girl, I'm telling you, wait a minute. See, you're gonna make me do this because I have to play this. Wait a minute, because see, when I get this way, it I start stuttering because it just sends me there. Listen, y'all listen to this, okay? Listen to this particular track here. This is track number 4, honey. Mama's gotta have 2. Wait a minute, come on and play. Okay, that's the one, honey. I'm like, okay, now.
man right sweet. Mama needs a man right sweet. Think you're gonna stop the habit you see. She can pick satisfaction off of my tree. Needs a man right sweet. Boy, that learn to get along. Long in the short of it. Because I can't tell what I'm sitting on. Well, mama's got to have it to make mama's dreams come true. Mama needs working. See, mama just got to have you. You don't need a man like this. What? All you can do is give. When it comes to cash, you're swinging me. You don't need a man like that. You don't need a man like that. Chilling around his back. I've tried to need a man like that. Mama's gonna have to. Just want to do. Making mama shoot. Just want to do. Gonna have to. Many heads make the label like you must better to getting right now. You can do it right. Like mama to go around. I wouldn't have to get a job. Now you're thinking. And I could use some help with heavy lifting. We're working together, boy. Mama's gonna have to. We all got a job to do. And then love you. Mama's gonna have to. And then love you. Mama's gonna have to.
See, that's a fun song.
She has such a great quality, old school quality, that you've heard before, but it's so refreshing to hear that that beautiful innocence, as well as that that down to earth resonance. I don't know. It's hard for me to describe because I'm not a musical interpreter.
Uh-huh.
I know it's what I feel and what I hear, and she just makes me feel and hear good.
Yeah, her tones are absolutely phenomenal. Okay. She puts me in the mind of Sarita Wright back in the day. You know. Oh God, yes. That I was trying to figure out who that was, but that's what she was. She reminds me of a Sarita Wright and Tammy Terrell. That kind of. Yeah. Yes, that caliber, and it's smooth, it's crisp, it's clear, She knows how to enunciate her words and carry it on. You don't have to sit around and guess at what she's saying. So, that is absolute a joy. I think that's a fun song. It's fun. I could actually see that on stage with you guys. Cutting a jig with that. That was a fun song.
It's a give and take kind of thing, and watching those. That's what most of the reviews on the show was about. It was about relationships and how we're having so much fun up there, and and they said that's refreshing. You don't see that much with people relating to each other. You have solo people and and two people singing the duet or whatever, but it's not it's not storytelling the way in the sense that we do that to music.
Okay, right. I love that. I'm loving that. Let's see. I got a couple of folks who may have some questions, I hope. They got hands up. I'm going to go here, 313-658. 313-658. You're dishing tea with Big Meach and say hello to Mr. Antonio Fargas.
Hello, Mr. Antonio Fargas. I love you.
Thank you.
I love you I want to audition. I'm an actress, 47 years young, long dreadlocks, 250 pounds, dark chocolate with glasses. Hold on, Carline. Regina Dixon, Facebook.com. Hold on. I love it. These kids, their music has no content. I can feel that music, and it makes me want to move.
Thank you. I mean, that's the intent, you know. I mean, it's about feeling, it's about touching one, you know, and going places, you know, that you can't stop it from going. I mean, it's easy for me to put up a defense around some of the noise that I hear, and you know, and some of it, you know, there's some great, I mean, stylists or people who have great voices. But the depth of weight and the stories that they're telling, you know, I could take it. Most of the time, I could take it or leave it. And when they touch on some of the old school stuff and they put a new spin on it, at least they have an entree to my heart with that. But you know, I just come from another era, and I appreciate what they're doing today and where they've taken it. As long as, of course, if they're respectful and mindful of the shoulders that they stand on, even when they're not. You know, because we who know where they got it from. And so that's all I need.
Demetrius, Demetrius, please fax on my resume. Wherever you're going to be, I want to be there, too. I'm located in Detroit, but my children are grown, and I can't travel.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And who knows, from your lips to God's ears, as well as my creators. So here we go.
All right. Here we go.
Okay. And away we go. I love that. All right. I'm going to go here before the 248-915. I'm coming to you in just a second. Let me ask you this, Mr. Fargas, because your children, your two sons, you know, have been absolutely, you know, the joy of your life. And, you know, Justin has played for the Oakland Raiders and things and has done his thing in the sports world, and now he's acting as well. Your other son, Matthew, is a film producer.
I'm working on a film that he's producing right now. It's called Beyond Skyline. It should be out in about a year from now. We shot some in Indonesia, and we're going to finish shooting in April, my part, in Los Angeles. What a joy it is to be able to work with your son, you know, someone who is at, you know, he came into my life, my stepson, he came into my life when he was like 3, 4, or 5 months old, you know, and I am daddy to him, and it's just, you know, I can't tell you, it's an emotional experience to see him grow, see him struggle, to see him triumph, and to be by his side and to be a part of that. It's just, you know, it's very emotional. Anyway, and for both,
as a parent, being in the world of show, you know, and especially with Justin going into that or the whole world of sports, which is still entertainment, just another side of it. What was that for you to have to still be the parent and to give the lessons? What were some of the lessons of this business show that you were able to teach?
The hard lessons, because this is a very selfish business that I'm in. And I was away for a lot of the times, you know, when I could have been around, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I was home a lot for times because we had such strange schedules. And, and listen, we're talking, you know, at the top of your show, it is extremely tough to be a son or a daughter of a celebrity. And we got Christina Brown to testify to that. You know, we got Whitney to testify to that. She was the daughter of a celebrity, of Mama Houston. You know, it's a tough deal because these kids come out with talent. They come out, they're chips off the old block, and sometimes it's part of the bad chips that we have to live with as well. And to see my children survive, you know, the good and the bad that I put because, and to be able to know that I'm a better father today than I probably was when I was raising them as youngsters. But to know that I'm a better father today, that they have an example of a journey that I've gone on, that if they can survive me and find themselves, you know, without ending up in a bathtub or you know what I mean, or you know, on pain pills or whatever it is. I mean, for dear Michael, you know what I mean, you know, but that is the beauty of it. That's the beauty of life. That the will to live and the will to survive. Some of them get it and some of them don't. And I just been very blessed, to see my son, go through, the wars of sports entertainment, to come out on the other side and to have he has a daughter now, and I have a daughter-in-law. His wife, coaches LSU basketball. Nikki Caldwell Fargas. Coaches the Lady Tigers at LSU. He's living in Baton Rouge, and raising his daughter, and trying to do some writing and some acting, and then for my son Matthew to have he's made me a grandfather as well, and he's out there struggling and out there doing it. Sometimes you have to be away from home when you're on the set doing something that he feels passionate about. And Justin did something he felt passionate about. He threw himself into his football world, and now you have to come back to the reality of the real world, and find joy and fulfillment in a journey. It's just very, very special, man. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about my children, and let alone I had three wives. So it's not an easy task. I wouldn't want to walk in anybody else's shoes, but at the same time, I've had so much love and support in my life, and I can say thank you and have the healing process of time and acknowledgement of a God in my life that that loved me unconditionally and taught me to love unconditionally. So that's the real deal, baby. It's the real deal.
Okay. Let's go here. 248-915. 248-915. I'm coming to you, darling. Say hello to our guest, Mr. Antonio Fargas. Hello, dear.
Who out there?
Okay. No. I'm not sure. I'm going to close their mic. They're probably having problems with their phone. They might be in a bad area.
Okay.
All right. Well, okay, let's go here. 404-552. 404-552. You are on the air. Hello. Your mic is open. Hey.
Speak.
Okay. I don't know I think folks they forget that they either were on hold or whatever, or because I call them out, they're like, oh my God, that's me,
I know that.
But yeah.
All the time, and then all of a sudden you lose it. So
it's stage fright. You've been rehearsing for months and months, and now you're standing in the wings, waiting on your cue line, and they gave it, and then you freeze. I know for me, my nose start running. I don't know what that is.
We make it look easy, so sometimes when they get out there, they realize it ain't easy coming talking on the, And people have got more courage today with talk radio and call in and all of that. People are more empowered than they used to be. Facebook and the social network and all that. So people are more empowered, but it doesn't mean that they're still shy and not trained in this thing. But it's getting better. It's so much better. People are more be able to speak their minds and say who they are and, with their warts and all of that, and put themselves out there. So there's some good to all of it.
Exactly. Then, let me revisit something, because you said that as far as your singing style, you said you're more of a poet. And are you looking to do more of poetry to music type stuff, or maybe what do they call this now? Spoken word, to go into the whole spoken word genre, as a recording as well as singing and with the jazz and blues?
As I develop, I mean, it's a little late in the game, because I take so much time to craft. So I don't know if I'll ever get to being a lyrical singer, but yes, certainly staying within, my skill set. If my skill set is in that area of more spoken word and blues and poetry and to music is finding. We also have a great writer who we've collaborated with for some of the material in the New Jump Blues, who continues to write for stuff that it's almost like when you do a series and they know the character, the writers tend to write to the strengths of the actors who's playing the role. So there's certainly a stream of work and a new stream of new creative work that plays to the strength of Antonio Fargas and in my character in the New Jump Blues, Daddy Fargas. Yes. So
right.
Listen, I've got a lunch date. I got to go.
Oh, you got to go. Well, you know what? Let me get you there. And let me make sure you have a wonderful time. Thank you for coming here. You are always a joy, just a joy, such an inspiring person that I love speaking with. And anytime you have anything that you need to say, you want to push, pump, or whatever, your children, you have a friend right here at District 2 with Big Meach.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and I look forward to the next time, Big Meach.
All right, now, you get to your lunch today. Eat healthy, eat well, okay? And have what
I will.
For me.
Thank you, baby. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the one and only Mr. Antonio Fargas, child. Wasn't that just a joy? Now, we're not done yet. We're going to keep on going. And what I will do is this. I will take a commercial break right here so that way we can just transition into another segue of the show. So what we're going to do, honey, I'm going to open up the phone lines. We're going to do a couple of Dear Big Meach letters and carrying on and let you guys come on in and talk with me, okay? So let me go here, and then when we come back, darling, we'll have the second wave of the show. Ha!
Choosing art and custom framing is a personal experience, and at Eric's I've Been Framed, our consultants work closely with you to bring your vision to life, leaving you with more than a picture. We create showpieces and heirlooms for your family to enjoy for generations. Come and experience our creativity for yourself. Eric's I've Been Framed is located at 16527 Livernois Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. For more information, call 313-861-9263.
Trigg Laboratories manufactures premium sexual wellness and consumer health care products and is the parent company of Wet International Incorporated, one of the world's best-selling lines of personal lubricants and intimacy products. We carry a large variety of personal and flavored lubricants, flavored heating massage lotions, and aromatherapy heating massage oils. Whether you need a little or a lot, Wet has you covered. Our line of high-quality, innovative, and unique products are formulated using only the finest ingredients at our FDA-approved facility, meeting the strictest manufacturing standards. Wet is available worldwide at specialty stores and online retailers and at pharmacies nationwide. For more information or to find a retailer near you, log on to www.stayswetlonger.com. Trigg Laboratories. We create fun, quality, trusted products to innovate your intimacy.
move it, don't move it. Now plug it somewhere. We on a good rockin' day. Yeah, on a good rockin' day. Up on your feet, you can't be beat on a good rockin' day. I hold the girl out of come. Just what the dance and wanting me. They gather around. You start to rock, you're only all in a while. You're rockin' daddy. You're rockin' daddy. Up on your feet, you can't be beat. You're rockin' daddy. Okay, now look at and I hold you tight. We're like your old left and right. Round and round and round we go. Go out and we're going to some we're rockin' daddy. We're rockin' daddy. Up on your feet, you can't be beat. We're rockin' daddy. We're rockin' daddy. We're rockin'
And we are back. Yes, we are, darlings. Yes, we are. If you're just tuning in and want to come in on this part of the conversation, feel free to call in at 347-205-9183. That's 347-205-9183. Yes. And if you're just tuning in, honey, you just missed a wonderful, wonderful segue we had with the one and only Mr. Antonio Fargas, honey. Yes. The Huggy Bear himself, baby. The fly guy. Oh, and it was a joy for him to bring up Lindsay, honey, from Car Wash Child, because you did that. And it was another role. He played a transgender person before in another role as well. I can't think of the name of it. But if you archive our very first interview, he talks about it there as well. And you know, the whole idea of wanting to be believable, especially when, you know, he did these roles in the 70s and early 80s and carrying on when it wasn't fashionable to have these kinds of roles. You know, particularly for black actors. You know, I mean, we're still having a hard time getting roles now, but you talking about back in the day and this, that, and the other, it was very, very difficult. And to have these kinds of roles with the stigmas that they have now, well, particularly back then, you know, it was a courageous person to stand up and say, yes, I will do this role, and then do it, not because it was just a paying gig, but do it with integrity. And that has always been one of the elements that I adore about this man, you know. So, yeah, having said all that, that there is just absolutely wonderful. What we're going to do now, my darlings, I am going to bring you into the whole world of Dear Big Meach. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling up a Dear Big Meach letter someone had texted me. And absolutely, you know, it's kind of strange because it's so cut and dry. And it's funny at the same time, you know. So let me see if I can pull it up here and bring it forth because it was rather that way. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. Rubbing elbows with the stars. Ha, ha, ha. I need to ask dear Big Meach how to leave Detroit. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Girl, the quickest answer, honey, it would be just to go. Okay. However, that's a simple answer. But what I did, I'm gonna share my story with you. I've been here now in Atlanta. It will be 8 years come March 31st. And when I made the decision to come here, I was in a space in my life where I was transitioning into a new decade of living. My late 30s were very rough for me, okay? I didn't realize how much of a transition period that I was going through, and, you know, particularly between the ages of 34 through 37, okay? Right up in there. Child, as I look back on it now, honey, I would call it some kind of, it wasn't a midlife crisis. I wasn't at middle age yet, but I was having some severe identity issues with understanding my life, what I wanted to do and carrying on. I had become stagnant in Detroit. Having had come home, I moved to New York at 25, was in New York for about 10 months, and I got pushed back home. God sent me back home to Detroit, and I didn't understand it because I was just making my mark in New York, and folks were loving me, and I was like, okay, yes, I can do this, I can do this. But then things shifted spiritually, and I wasn't ready to leave, but everything kept saying it's time to go, and I was angry with God for a long time. And so I had been home back in Detroit for 12 years before moving here. And at the time, someone who was a friend there, we've dissolved our friendship since then, he and I did not realize I had intertwined my world into his. And everything about this was supposed to be us doing this, and we were going to do this, and we were going to do that. And, you know, the whole thing was we were going to move to Tennessee and, you know, live together or live across the way from one another as we had been there in Detroit. Well, he had then taken on a partner. It was temporary, but at that time we didn't know. And when he had taken on this partner, all of the language became them and me, you know. And all of a sudden they were going to move together, and they were moving to Florida, and they were doing this, and they were doing that. And what are you going to do? And I had to sit myself down on my bed. And he likes to take credit for this because he wants to believe that this was his idea, and it wasn't. But I let him think what he wanted to think. What happened? I sat down on my bed because, number one, jealousy had kicked in because I was just seething with jealousy. Okay, and then two, I was angry at the same time because I'm like, wait a minute, everything that I've done has been for you, and here you get a little piece of ass, and now all of a sudden, you know, you done threw me to the curb, okay, and I'm, you know, I was the only one there, and you know, that whole jazz that I played in my head. So I sat down on my bed and said, what is it that you want to do with your life? And I told myself, I've always wanted to be a Morehouse man. I've always wanted to go to Morehouse College and this, that, and the other. And my spirit said, well, you can never be a Morehouse man if you're not in Atlanta. And that's how Atlanta came to me. I had never been here prior to that. I've heard about it and this, that, and the other. And I got online, and I started to look up apartments and things, and I found this place called ProMove, promove.com. I need you to be a sponsor. I'm sitting up here pumping y'all. When I went to them, I did everything online. I did a virtual tour of my very first apartment building. I don't have, my credit is shot to hell twice, child. The devil laughs if I fill out a credit card application, child. That's how bad my credit is. So this particular complex had accepted me, you know, and that's how it was. That's how I came to say Atlanta was my destination. And when I made up in my mind it was time for me to go, I didn't let anything stand in the way. And what was so ironic is that with my place of employment, at the time I was contracted in. Well, all of a sudden now they wanted to hire me in full time. They wanted to take my wages up $3 more an hour. How about that? I was in school, and I only had, another year to go to finish, and everybody kept telling me, no, you should stay here and finish your schooling, so that way you already have your paperwork when you go down there. It'll be easier. But I had made up my mind, and I said, fuck it. I'm not staying here any longer. My family was there. My brother at the time was living in Kentucky, so I was like, okay, I'll be a little closer to him. You know, and didn't utilize it. I didn't get a chance to go down to see him while he was in Kentucky. But we were able to talk and this, that, and the other. And I just became gung-ho on making sure that I wanted to do what I needed to do for me. So for those of you who are trapped in places where you're not growing, that was the other thing. I wasn't growing anymore in Detroit. Detroit will always be my home. Always be my home. When I come back, I would love to have money in my pocket so that I could go buy some of that property, some of those fixer-uppers and carrying on. I want to have 2 city blocks with my name on it, okay? That's what I want, you know, to where we can tear down a couple of those houses, use some of those lots, create playgrounds and stuff again the way the kids used to have so they could be outside. You know, I want to do that because Detroit will always be my home. It's just that at the time, with what it is I want to do with my life, I wasn't growing anymore. I became so stagnant to where, hell, it was, you know, it was just a bump in the night. And so I had to uproot so that I can then, you know, be able to grow again. You know, when you're a big fish in a little pond, honey, you think that there's no more growing to do until the big fish get out that little pond and then you start swimming in the lake, okay, or a river first, then you go to the lake, then you matriculate to an ocean, okay? And as long as there's movable room or whatever, you're able to grow and to expand. You know, and for those of you who have goldfish or whatever as pets, there's certain fish that, depending on the size of the tank, they will grow to match the tank size, you know, and that's what it was. When I made up my mind and said, okay, fine. And here, being here for 8 years, I still got a little bit more growing to do here. It's not necessarily time for me to move yet. However, you know, that little bug she's very, very faint, which means I need to start to pay attention to her because there may be time for another wave. You know, but right now I'm cool because there's still some things that I have to do here. So for those of you who are stuck anywhere, okay, for me it was Detroit. For this writer, it was Detroit. It is Detroit, rather. Honey, examine your life. Look at what you're doing versus what you want to do. If you're in alignment with your goals, but yet you feel as though you're not growing, then you know it's time to move so that you go to the next wave of the journey, okay? If you are stagnant and you realize you have done nothing to achieve your goals, it ain't time for you to move yet. You need to start the planning now so that you can put stuff in place so that when you get up and move, you're able to be mobile. Because what'll happen, you may think that, oh, I got to get up out of here, but honey, you ain't doing shit there. You're not doing nothing where you are. So if you're not doing it there, honey, you're not going to do it anywhere else. You're going to get caught up in your own madness again. So look at your life. Decide what your journey is going to be. Are you on course? If you're not on course, then you need to start those actions now while you're there to get on course so that when the time comes to move, you're able to move and stay on course. Okay, when it is time, or if you're thinking about it, start investigating other places. Where is it that you want to be? You know, think about the places that you want to be. It could be Utah, okay? It could be Arkansas. It could be somewhere. And listen to your heart, because everything you will have a yearning for it. Something will tell you, I need to be, I need to be, I need to be. Okay. Oh, you know what? If I had that song in my car right now, I would play it. To fulfill the need to be, honey, Miss Gladys Knight. Yes. Okay. That's what I want to encourage you to do. That's how you leave Detroit. And when you leave. Understand that you're not taking Detroit with you. That was the one mistake that I made in the very beginning. I came here trying to do what I did back home, and I'm like, you're not in Detroit anymore, honey. Okay, same with Dorothy, honey. When they got to us, she said, oh, we're not in Kansas anymore, honey. Okay, things are different. I could not take on the same attributes that I was doing there. At any time that I do, then I know that I'm gotten stuck in a rut somewhere. Okay, which is why, like now, I'm not in a rut, but I'm starting to see patterns that are reminiscent of what I did back home. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but at the same time, I can't let that become my MO, because then I'll start to get complacent and stagnant all over again. We've got to keep, moving upward and being mobile and being mobile and being able to get out there and to cut up and to move up. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is. Of course, moving down here to Atlanta, I ran into Detroit. It kind of pissed me off, because I was like, I didn't leave Detroit to come to Detroit. But at the same time, a lot of those Detroit kids, honey, they came down here for different reasons. I barely even run into them. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind and what it is I want to do is separate from what it was back home in Detroit. So that there, I would give that to you as well. When you're ready to leave Detroit, leave Detroit. Wherever, if you're going to California, you got to take on the California state of mind, honey. Don't forget your core training, but take on the California state of mind, child. When I lived in New York, child, y'all know how we do with the Farmer Jack sacks and carrying on. We use those as our little carry-on or whatever. Well, New Yorkers, honey, they backpacks. I had a briefcase, honey, thinking I was doing something, and they knew a bitch was out of place, child, because briefcases was on Wall Street. I got rid of the briefcase. I had to get a backpack so that I can not be a sore thumb, and then still blend in without losing who I am, and yet still stay on the track, stay on track. You see what I'm saying? So you have to adapt to the culture that you're going to take in and that you're going to be a part of. You see what I'm saying? Not so much as to become it to where it upsets your disposition and it upsets your character. But you do have to adapt so that you're able to fit in, and then you can draw folks to you who are going to help you along the way in the positive direction. So those are my thoughts to you. And, I'm going to go back to these phone lines. Let me go back here. 248-915. You ready to talk? Wait a minute. Let me see. Is your mic going to open? Is it going to open? There we go. Hello? Oh, no, I'm not getting anything. Okay, I'm going to close you back out. Let's go back here. 313-658. You got something else you want to add to this, baby?
Baby, now you know my mic work. Jesus working with me. How about that? he worked it out for me. Didn't nobody get through but me. How about that?
Well,
and you know I want to say my baby's a singer. I didn't get to say that, but I almost said it. But I was kind of thinking about myself for a change. How about that? I didn't let the worrying go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Erica, Joshua, Jonathan, Giovanna. I let it go. Baby, I feel like I'm about to fly away. I feel something like sitting here looking like I'm in a snow bowl. I decided. I grabbed my last tear yesterday.
Okay.
I can't do it no more. I can't. And I got a house full of children that's acting right, just growing like weeds. You see what did I say it's been growing like weeds?
Okay.
Weeds. Look like I got a forest. My forest is grown. They ain't but 2 months old, and they almost 2 feet tall. They were seeds December 20th.
Oh, wow.
I say, boy, Jesus loved me. This I know. For the Bible tell me so. Baby, I went to church, sang my little heart out and with the praise team, and after church, kind of vented a little bit about my celibacy walk. And my girl in the praise team, she was like, girl, it's been 1999. I say, well, you know what? I'm going to shut my face.
Well.
God is so good to me.
Okay.
See. You know, I wonder why she was just a little bit off. I understand that. I know. Jesus, please work it out for her.
Okay.
Because I know you done already worked it out for me. I can't, I've been worried my poor little head into a headache and migraines about this little girl. And the little boys that don't call, I do hear from a couple of them, but 2 out of 5 is real bad.
Well, you know what? Honey, you are at that particular stage, and see, you're a biological parent. I am a surrogate parent. But at the same time, we're at that stage to where their independence is all that we taught them to have. So now that they're exercising it, we don't know what to do because all of our lives have been intertwined with them, with the children, So now let them be the adults that they are, and now it's time for you to get your life, honey. Hell, I mean,
oftentimes we feel that Marcia, get your life. Yeah, I'm trying to get that life. I bet you I'll be on Dish and Tea next week to see what else is popping because I got something to say. You want a co-host? I got your co-host, baby. I'll be right here with you.
Okay, now how about it? How about that?
Hello, wait a minute. 2 ears are better than one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can be the background partner. I don't even have a problem with the second mic. You got the big mic. You Big Meach. Big Meach and Caroline.
Okay.
Come on. I'm ready to do some things. Jesus told me get a camera, and it's been worrying me. I'm saving up because I can't count on near Negro I talk to that's spinning me around and around, and I'm still waiting. No, I can't wait no more. I got to do it myself with God bless the child that's got his own.
And there you have it. We have many pawn stores and pawn shops around there where you can get a camera.
I can't do a little camera. I need a big camera. I need an HD quality digital camera. Ain't no tapes involved. We're talking about digitally stored in the hard drive. Right. I'm trying to assemble, I'm waiting on spring to spring. Black people, they're kind of hard to find in the wintertime. So,
yeah, because we bears, we part bears, we hibernate.
We hibernate. I'm not even mad. But I've been Facebooking and getting in contact with a few select people, and I'm ready to do. The model has been proven successful time and time again about sketch comedy in living color, Fridays, Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm saying?
Keenan and Kel, Peel and Key.
Peel, exactly. My whole thing is everybody trying to make a living. They ain't trying to have a dream. And I'm not a dreamer because I got a dream, and I see it at least twice a month. I see it. it's a movie.
All
with
right now.
comedy. I see the movie, when I'm sitting here looking at the DVD. I just got Selma yesterday. I haven't watched it yet. But I just watched Life of Pi. That was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But and I got Beyond the Lights with the little singer girl. I wanted to see that. So I got that too.
Okay.
But I'm about to. It's got to go. It's the more that I grow, the more that I get to know what's really good.
See there, and no one has half the battle. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, real American hero.
Okay.
Baby, let me tell you. Mayor Mike Duggan, shout out to my new fat white mayor. Mike Duggan did his State of the City address talking about third. They said he sold side lots. They had the third sale of side lots. If you had an empty lot next to you, you could come down and buy it for $200. Yeah,
what?
It's going down. Oh, baby. Baby, look at here. When spring, he's knocked down. He said how many houses he can knock down. They reappropriating things. Illichton put some money in. Pinsky sent the new buses. We got new ambulances. We got new police cars. He showed out for his whole team and the city council, but they still missing one person. And the candidates all got a little shade going on. What's really good, Bob Facano was found. The feds couldn't pull any charges on him. He was like, yep, it was all the people up under me.
Wow.
How about it? And he got away with it. They Channel 7 pushing Kwame's story, talking about he trying to get a new trial, saying he didn't get a fair trial. And his twins about to go to college.
Oh.
Yeah, and they both 6'3". They twins, and they play a ball. I don't know which one it was, football or basketball. One of them, they play ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they trying to get a trial. For real though. Nigga, you got 28 years. For real? Yeah.
Okay.
You bought it. The way I feel bamboozled, led astray, because I voted not once, but twice for that Negro. Because I just couldn't see Gil Hill being mayor or Tom Barrow. I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see neither one of them. I was like, well, he seemed like he should Knight. I was like, I like that as the mayor. Now we got Peter Griffin. We got Family Guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I told you before the election, it was so funny. I went over to my girlfriend's house, Lois, for a barbecue, and I went to go get me some chicken, and it's a house full of black people, and I see this white dude all over on the chicken. I was like, hey, ain't you Mike Duggan? He was like, yeah, I'm running for mayor. I was like, Carline Dixon, registered voter.
Okay.
Mhm. Now for the primary, my mama got mad at me because I told her what I did, because he was running against Benny Napoleon in the primary, and I said I voted for Benny Duggan. Benny Duggan, that ain't right. Who get the vote?
But that's in both words. You stupid. I love it. I love it.
I'm real simple, and little things make me happy. So if I make that walk over the St. Mary's of Redford, I think I should have I can write my name down. I put my name in for state representative.
That was my last voting privileges there as a citizen of Michigan and a citizen of Detroit for the mayoral for both times. that I was there for the last mayoral decisions, I wrote my name on the ballot because Kwame was the candidate, and I wrote my name on there twice, child. Both times he ran, I put my name on. I said, everybody's like, you throwing your vote away, honey. A vote for me is never thrown away, child. Understand that. I voted for me.
Exactly, because I feel if I don't go do it, somebody gonna do it for me, and I might not like what they want, so I'm gonna vote. I get my sticker I get my sticker. I want my sticker. I voted.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that there is that. So you know what we're going to do here. Let me have you meditate, honey, because see, you've just given us a whole world of your openings and things and how you have been inspired to now do you. And I hope that you heard something with Antonio Fargas to help catapult you into that. And then with the whole letter, the Big Meach letter today about how do I leave Detroit, honey, I hope that also inspires you as well. Take a little time.
I got work to do here.
Okay, enjoy the view. Okay, because the view is already there. But take a little time now. Exactly. You said you got work to do. Find out what it is you got to do, and then start planting your seeds.
I'm doing it. You know, I'm a soldier in the Army, so I'm working it out. And I'm going to work with Ingrid for a little bit, but we're going to see. I'm loving her from afar right now. But we're going to see. If she show up and all of this, no. We're going to see. I did get to the grocery store, but I haven't been to the laundromat this year, and it is a Black History Month, but that's okay, too. Everything does just stay from the clothes.
Girl.
I'm going to work it out.
Right.
I got enough coats to switch it out. You know what I'm saying? I got enough pants and shirts and underwears and everything, accoutrements, socks, too. So I'm GOOOOO good. I got a bag of everything. My mama, I feel like my mama, she done touched me.
We are going to now, okay, well, cool. Now that we are with GOOOOD good, let me let you get back to being good. I'm going to sit down and close out the show, and I'm going to take a little time to just, again, like I said at the top of the show, for those of you who are concerned or not concerned, you know, with this whole Bobby Christina thing, you know, I have not heard the latest update as of yet. I know they were saying that they were going to take her off the life support at midnight. That was supposed to be tonight. Last night, rather, which would have been today, because today being the 11th, this is the third anniversary of Whitney's death. And they were supposed to be taking her off the life support at midnight today. So I don't know if it had transpired or whatever, but whatever it is or whatever you believe, keep everything up in positive motion, you know, and not only rally around Sissy, but rally around Bobby too, y'all, because that's his baby, and he hurting too. That's a dad going through emotions because his child is in a place that he don't know how to help if he can. So y'all rally around that, and keep your head up. I'm gonna shout out here on Friday, February 13th. My sisters, my twin sisters, will be turning, well, I won't tell their age because just know I'll be 45 in a couple of weeks. So they're my baby sisters. So I'll finish out how many years we are apart. But it's their birthday, so I'm going to shout them out. Monica McKees, hey, babies, shout out to y'all. Happy birthday. And we're going to go from there. So until we meet again, darlings, you may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meach. If you love me, tell a friend. If you hate me, honey, tell an enemy. But do know this. One way, shape, style, form, or fashion, this thing here that I'm doing will move forward. How about that? Now, having said that, I think I'm in with another selection from the children.
Come into Bonefish Grill for a perfectly chilled routine breaker and one of our all-new peak of season selections. For a limited time, enjoy a fresh take on a golf classic with our oak-grilled Creole-style redfish finished with crawfish in an irresistible sauce. Or try a taste of the tropics with our pineapple glazed shrimp served over a creamy and indulgent coconut risotto. For a perfect getaway that's never far away, head to Bonefish Grill tonight.